Here's Phil to tell you more.
Well, all right, everybody. Oh, what is going on, everyone? Phil here.
Live.
And I'm going to be very honest with all of you. All right, Sunday was going to be basically the last major stream of Judgment as a main stream, 4+ hours, you know, depending on how it does. If people actually show up and watch and engage me and interact with me, and it ends up being a fun, cool stream, then I will continue to do Judgment as an earlier stream.
However, the last time I did it on Wednesday, that was not the case.
The stream basically slowed down to a crawl. People weren't even talking to me anymore.
Well, no one's really talking to me about anything, which is why I'm not really interacting with anyone in stream chat right now. No one's even addressing me. So I'm just mining, chopping down trees, and I'm sorry if it's boring, guys, but I can't, you know, these people to actually talk to me instead of unrelated shit. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
It basically became like the stream chat was slow, and I don't understand that. I've done nothing wrong. Sadly, I hate to say it. I really like the game, and I don't understand why it's not connecting or resonating with my audience, because I really am liking Judgment. The plot is very interesting to me, and the fun kind of side content that's in the game is kind of, you know, entertaining, and I'm really having a lot of fun with the game, so I'm hoping that this will resonate on Sunday. You know what, it may be a lot of people said, oh, well, you know, summer games done quick or whatever it is, will launch this week, and a lot of people were tuning into that midweek, so maybe that's what it was.
No!
Now, I am aware that Apex Legends is apparently launching its Season 2 this week, and I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I know there's some of you that may want to see me play it, and some of you just don't give a crap about Battle Royale, alright? I'm kind of on the fence about this. Here's why.
I think ours was,
oh, great.
I think it was like 329 or something.
I got cinnamon. Went the wrong way down my throat.
Apex Legends was fun to play for about the first 2 to 3 weeks, and I really enjoyed playing it with Brian and Kekken as a co-op stream. But number one, it didn't really engage many of you. A lot of you kind of criticized those streams and said, you know, Phil, when you're primarily playing those co-op games, you're focusing only on your teammates and not on us. Phil's not reading everything I say. And we really like the interactivity that you give us during your stream, so it kind of sucked because it took away from that when you played the game.
That is complete nonsense.
I'm going to rely on your input to see if this is something you're interested in or not. Or is this going to be, oh, I go to do it and everyone complains again that I don't interact and engage with you guys because I'm co-oping. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I'll be honest with all of you, I don't get a lot of time outside of streaming to really watch a lot of TV. When I do, I'm usually watching stuff with Kat that is stuff we like to watch together.
You know, one of the biggest things that my wife and I, when we're asked, why do you do what you do, joy comes to mind. And it's the joy that we get, obviously being able to provide these services to those that we serve.
We don't necessarily watch a ton of TV together. And the TV that I do get to watch usually is professional wrestling. So I don't have a lot of time to watch stuff anymore. I don't even know if I'm going to get to watch Stranger Things Season 3. The other thing is, I still, guys, have not had a chance to set up anything with an Amazon wish list. I know I've been talking about this for almost 2 weeks now. I just haven't had any free time outside of the streams to really do anything. What? And in reality, I don't know if I'm going to have any time today or tomorrow either. Like, I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, damn, I got this I got to do. Because now, here's the thing. It's month end. Whenever we hit the end of the month, there's a lot of shit I have to do outside of streaming that I have to, I have to hurry to get done by the end of the month is what I meant to say. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I got this to do. I got this to do. Fuck. I really don't have a lot of free time to do much. So I think eventually it's going to be something that I do. But I just still, I don't know I'm going to have a time to sit down here and work on it. You know, damned if I'm going to have time. Today, I'm already thinking, man, so I'm going to eat dinner. I got to clean up after dinner. I got this stuff I got to do before second stream, then second stream, then after second stream, I got this stack of stuff I got to do. And then Kat will be home from work. And the next thing you know, end of the day. That's pretty, like, every day's like this now. Let us now talk about the second segment of the pre-stream, which is the gratuitous plugs.
You've got 2 days left to pledge to my Patreon. I am not obligated to react to anything. I'm in the worst situation financially I've ever been in. The best way to contribute would be to tip me. You don't need a PayPal account to tip me.
Now, let us move on to shout-outs.
Let's go ahead and do that. Hold on a second here. Ooh, my neck's cracked. Ouch.
Okay, Wolf Hydra says, what do you think about Twitch introducing subscriber-only streams? Do you think you'll be using that service? Well, here's the problem with that. All right, much like when I was over on YouTube and I was doing Patreon stuff for the very first time 4 years ago, people expressed interest and said, Phil, if I become a patron of yours, will you do exclusive videos on YouTube that will allow us to see stuff early? Like maybe do a special game review and release it 2 days early for the patrons. Do a DSP tries it and release it 2 days early for the patrons.
No!
Are you fucking stupid? Problem with that was, at that time, and this was 4 years ago, my most hated detractors, they hate my guts, all right? They hate me the most of everyone, said, well, we hate Phil so much, what we would do is one of us would pay to become a patron to get that exclusive access to that content, and we would illegally rip that content that he's putting up only for patrons and repost it all over YouTube so that other people could see it, effectively making this perk totally worthless because people would be able to see his content regardless illegally everywhere. And we don't care about the fact that this breaks the law, and we don't care about the fact that, you know, this is immoral. We just want to hurt Phil, so this is what we're going to do. Okay? So at that time, and they said this publicly, by the way. This wasn't like, oh, we're hiding this fact. Publicly, this was said. This is back in the days of the SOK and everything. They said they were going to do this. So I said, well, what's the point? What's the point of doing any kind of advanced early time frame stuff for patrons if they're just going to do it anyway? If they're going to just share it anyway like that illegally, there's nothing I could do about it. All right? So I never did anything like that at all. Fast forward to this week. This week, Twitch launched private streams just for subs. All right? And what they did is they made it that you can stream exclusively only to your subscribers, your moderators, and people who you deem VIPs. So basically, it's private streaming. First time ever you've been able to do that. Instead of just doing a public stream, you could have it only go to certain people. All right? Interesting, right? But here's the problem. We already have people who illegally restream my shit, right? On a daily basis. They make a living doing this. This is how they get their notoriety on the internet, by illegally stealing my content live, restreaming it, and doing commentary over it. It's completely 100% fucking illegal to do that without permission and without paying a licensing fee. You cannot do that, all right? However, YouTube doesn't care. YouTube does not give a shit about that. Twitch does. YouTube doesn't. So on Twitch, if you try to illegally restream another streamer and do commentary without their permission, Twitch will ban you from the site. They say, we're not putting up with that shit. This is completely against our terms of service. You know, it's breaking the law. We don't allow people to break the law on our site. Therefore, get the fuck out. Okay? YouTube literally doesn't care. All right? They just don't care at all. So if I were to do a private stream for just subs and moderators or whoever, even though I have no idea what that stream would be, I haven't even really put thought into it yet. Because the bottom line is, even if I decided to do it, all right, someone undoubtedly would subscribe to the channel just to get access to said stream, and then they would illegally restream it on YouTube. They couldn't do it here on Twitch. They would get banned. They would have to go and they would do it on YouTube. So you'd have one of my subs, no way to know who's doing it, giving access, you know, to that content to an illegal restreamer who would just stream it on YouTube. And there's no way to take it down.
People have, I know people have tried. They've told me, Phil, I've tried flagging, I've tried doing that, and YouTube just doesn't care. They ignore it.
Flag it for spam. I don't know if it's because YouTube is a competitor to Twitch and they don't care if you're stealing content from Twitch, even though it's against the law. I don't know if YouTube just doesn't care in general. Maybe you could just do it in general. You do illegal shit on YouTube constantly and they just don't give a fuck. But there's basically no way for me to stop someone who is illegally restreaming me because YouTube does not care. They have no morality to them, and unless I threaten them with a lawsuit, which I'm not going to do because I don't have money to do it, they're not going to stop anyone from doing it. All right? So, the bottom line is, sadly, if I were to try to do a private stream, people would just go right ahead and restream it illegally, and there's no point. So I really have no plans on doing private stream. Not to say, by the way, that I had any plans on doing it anyway. Like I said, I haven't even really given it a bit of thought. I mentioned it the other day when it became a new thing on Twitch that it existed, but I hadn't really given it any kind of thought of what I could do with it or anything. But all that's going to do is just propagate more people to do illegal actions against me and fuck me over. Who's going to subscribe to the channel to see a sub-only stream when you can just go watch it illegally anyway, right? It's pretty messed up. But that's just the truth of the matter. So, that is it, guys, and that's your answer. It's not going to happen because there's nothing I can do about it. All right?
Saddam Hussein tipped me $2 and said something, like, really gross, I guess. I'm not going to say what he said. I'm also not going to put him up on the leaderboard because a fucking terrorist does not deserve to be up on my leaderboard.